We're live. Whoops. Hi, everybody. I think we should be live in a second here. Live. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Ellie. Very nice for the super chats before we even started. Let me make sure why is this not going. Come on.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome of you.
I think I'm still spinning, but I'm supposed to be in there. I hope I'm in the right lines. I don't think, for some reason, I don't think I am or something. I don't know. Let me just refresh it. If I'm not there, then I've got to go start this live again. No. Okay, so I think. Do you see me live in that one? No, right?
Yes.
You're live.
I'm live in the right one?
Yes.
Because I don't see myself in there.
People are chatting. I can see you.
Yeah, I can see you too.
You can see me? I can't see myself. You're sure you're seeing me on the on YouTube, right?
Your
Yep,
hand
I
is
just
pointing
I
right
just
now.
looked up
And
on my
I'm in the
phone.
one where
It's there.
Captain Lee just typed hi, Ashley.
Yeah, you're there. Yes.
Just said
Okay.
hello to me. Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, hi Sherry. I don't see myself for some reason at all. I see just a buffering thing. You guys in the chat can see me? Hold on. Maybe it's just my thing is being
Yep,
really weird.
I'm on YouTube on my phone, and you're there.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yep.
All right. If you can see and hear me, I'm gonna. Can they hear? You can hear me too, Hart?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it might have just. It's still being weird. It's being so weird. So if you guys can still see and hear me, oh, there we go. Finally, I can. Oh my gosh, that was weird. I'm not even gonna look at that because it's so weird. Okay, so what I've been doing, like I said before, I'm gonna try to do our own like crime stories of cases that we're covering. So I've been writing for 2 days and researching this Idaho case, and as I'm researching it, it's getting crazier and crazier. So today I found out other things. Now, are they true? Are they not true? Well, we're gonna go and look into that. But I'm gonna recap what we know to this point. In Zoom, in the member Zoom, we had a really lively discussion after just going over this ourselves. And I'm hoping that, hey Slam RN, good to see you, that we can have a lively discussion after this. And if any of you want to come on panel, you're welcome to come on panel, and it'd be great. Thank you, Ashley Vestal, for becoming a Deputy Rambler. Very much appreciated. And hi to everybody that's here. Hi, let me just say some quick hellos, and then we'll go, because I know you guys have been waiting a little bit. I had to make a cup of coffee, and I was cleaning my craft room most of the day, so it was a little bit hairy. Hello to Scooter. Hi, Auntie Millions. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Christine Ferrari. Hi, Cranky Babishka. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Earthbound Spirit. Hi, Ellie, Cassie. Thank you again for the super chat. Hi, Flower Girl Phillips. Hi, Isabel B. Hi, Kathy Williamson. Hi, Johnny Cuddy. Hi, Kevin Leonard. Hi, Linda. Hi, Liz Tops. Margot. Mike. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. Hi, Nicole Griffith. Hi, Red Like Wine again. Good to see you. Rosalita Marie Sherry. Good to see you. Slam Moran. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Teresa W. And hi, Captain Lee fan. Sorry for anybody that I missed. So let me just go to where I've been writing on my blog, because I've been trying to put stuff there. Let me just go here. Where did I put you? Oh, over here. Thank you. Okay. I've been listening to interviews of the parents. I listened to the interview of Xander Kernubel's mother with Ashley Banfield. Some other interviews around there. So around 1:45 a.m. on November 13th. So, you know what? That's the only thing I just want to check one thing. I don't want to give any misinformation here. I just want to make sure of one thing. One thing, and I know it's right. November 13th was that. It was a Sunday. I just want to make sure that They went out on the Saturday night, which was the 12th. Okay, so they went out on the town, these 4 Idaho students, and they all were staying in this residence that was off campus, but they weren't all living there because Ethan wasn't living there. His girlfriend was, and then you have Kaylee. She wasn't living there because she had graduated, and she was with her parents. She's going to come home, and see, now I'm already off task, and I had everything nice. I'm just going to go back to my thing and read it and stuff. Stop, John's. John's going crazy. So around 1:45 a.m. on November 13th, 4 University of Idaho students returned to their off-campus housing on Kings Road in Moscow, Idaho. And that was after a Saturday night out on the town. And that was Ethan Chapin, Zaina Kernoodle. They had been at a fraternity house party. Ethan and Zaina were a couple, and although Ethan did not live at that house, he was going to be spending the night at that house, that fateful night. They were on the second floor. It was a 3-story house. I can here. Okay, so Kaylee Goncalves had recently graduated. She was getting ready for a new life in Texas. She had a new job. She had paid for her vehicle with her own money, and she had went back and forth with her parents, like, should I go back? Should I stay? Should I go back? She ended up, she wanted to show off this car that she paid with her own money for. She was proud of it, that accomplishment. She was going off to Texas, had a job there, and she had one of her very best friends at the house. Is Madison Mojan, goes by the name of Maddie. And then there were also 2 female roommates who were on the first floor of the house. Now, they were not harmed in any way, physically, I'm sure psychologically dealing with this, yeah. The murder weapon, they know, was a fixed blade knife, and investigators say the kind that can be purchased at any sporting goods store in the area, probably even Walmart or anything like that in the sporting goods section. Over the course of these, now we're almost at 4 weeks, right? The items now of the 4 victims that were not tied to the investigation were recently returned to the families, and investigators said he's a dad. He hopes that it'll somehow help the families as they process their loss. Now, right before they went out, they took this Instagram photo, and it did have 2 others in it, but they're cropped out here. So 4 were ready. They were ready to go out. And as I tell you some more about Kayla, she had spoken to her mother that Friday night, that Saturday, and then her mother could not reach her on Sunday and found out a few hours later about what happened. Ethan and Zaina were 20, and Kaylee and Maddie, 21 years old. They have not identified a suspect. Why? The lack of answers is causing extreme frustration for the families, friends, and the general public. Not knowing who did this, where the killer or killers might be. Are they going to strike again? Especially because this last weekend was the graduation weekend, and they were worried that something might have happened, might happen. And to be on extra alert, and they were bringing in extra staff. Now, a good place to get information on this, you can go to the Moscow Police Department page, and they have a section devoted to this where they put the latest press releases. They also put things about rumors and dispel things, so it's a really good place to get information. Let's see. Now, Ethan was a triplet. His brother and sister also attended University of Idaho. Triplets came from Washington State, about 6 hours away from the University of Idaho. Ethan's obituary contains the following statements that further paint a picture of a beautiful life that was cut short in such a senseless manner. And I quote, Ethan loved life. He laughed continuously. He smiled when he woke up and was still smiling when he went to bed. He was kind to all and a friend to all. May we all try to make the earth a better place, and may we all live like Ethan. Ethan's obituary went on to say how much he loved sports, such as basketball, golf, volleyball, surfing, just to name a few. And the family asked that in lieu of flowers, donations should be made to a youth basketball program in Ethan's honor. Ethan's mother, Stacy, spoke outside the services for her son. She thanked the media for keeping this story on top of people's minds. And this is a picture of Ethan's mother speaking outside the service. This is Ethan's father. Now, Kara Northington, that's Zaina's mother, and that's who I listened to in the News Nation Ashley Banfield interview. She's understandably frustrated from the lack of answers regarding these brutal slayings. She spoke to Ashley by phone a few nights ago. In that interview, you can just hear just how frustrated and all the pain she has right in her voice. She said that Zaina's dad, Jeffrey Kernoodle, had been to the Kings Road residence and had worked on a lock in the house, but she wasn't sure exactly what lock it was. She said that Zaina's dad went there, and she believes this was a targeted attack and not just a random attack on the house, but definitely on one or all of the 4 that were murdered. Zaina's mother said that she would like everyone to know that if you knew Zaina, you would know what a light she was to everyone she met. She was such a positive person and such a good soul who deeply cared about her family and friends. And then her mom went on to say that they were all good kids and no parent should ever go through this. Yes, 100%. Kaylee is, like I said before, a recent graduate of the university. She had been home with her parents, made that decision to go back. In hindsight, not a good decision, but she wanted to show off that car. Her mom said she had a good time on Friday, and Saturday afternoon she spoke with her. She was talking to her mom about celebrating her birthday, her mom's birthday, and it was the last time they spoke at around 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. Madison, better known as Maddie, according to her stepfather, Scott Laramie, Maddie adored all things pink and sparkly and loved the 1987 movie The Princess Bride. Everyone just wanted to be near her, he said. She had the world at her fingertips, and she could have done anything she wanted to. We're just so proud of her. The next thing that was brought about was, did Kaylee have a stalker? We've gone over this before, but again, as I'm writing this for someone as if they're just getting in there. So early on, there was talk of Kaylee having a stalker. I don't know why I keep saying Kylie. It's driving me crazy. Investigators went through tips and leads on an incident involving Kaylee at a local business, which may have been the stalker reference she made to the friends and family. Now, what I'm going to tell you next is directly from the Moscow Police Department page. According to the Moscow Police Department communications page, in mid-October, 2 males were seen inside a local business. They parted ways, and one of the males appeared to follow Kaylee inside the business, and as she exited to walk towards her car, the male turned away, and it did not appear that he made any contact with her. Detectives contacted both males, learned that both males said they were attempting to meet women at that business, and this was corroborated through additional investigation. Based on available information, the detectives believed this was an isolated incident and not an ongoing pattern of stalking, and no evidence suggested that the 2 males were involved at all in the murders. And then you've probably heard about the ex-boyfriend. So Jack Ducour, and they shared, is Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, they shared a dog, Murphy, who's a golden doodle or a labradoodle, one of the doodles. Beautiful dog. And that dog was found in the house, but he wasn't in their rooms where anyone was murdered, but he was found somewhere else in the house, and police don't believe the dog was ever in the crime scene. A lot of people are saying, why didn't that dog bark, right? Why didn't that dog bark? It had to be somebody he knew, but you know what? I don't care even if the dog knows you. If that dog would see you attacking, let's just say it's somebody the dog knows. Let's say, just for argument's sake, that it's this ex-boyfriend Jack, and the dog doesn't bark because he knows Jack. If he saw them going on them, he would bark. So is that why, you would speculate the dog was somewhere else in the house? But if, what was the normal pattern with the dog when she had the dog? she wasn't normally staying there. So did she just go, if she just went back there on the weekend, is that when she just collected the dog and said, hey, I'm down for the weekend, let me have him? How was she going to handle the joint custody of the dog when she moved to Texas? That I don't know anything about. So if she asked for the dog back on Friday because she was in town, well, what was the normal thing? You'd think she'd want to spend as much time with the dog as she could, which you think most people would have the dog at least in their bedroom with them. So it is kind of weird the dog was found somewhere else. That is something that's strange. And then there's that white Hyundai that in recent Moscow press releases from the PD, they're thanking the community and the public for the information they received about a 2011-2013 Hyundai Elantra that was seen in the vicinity of the crime scene, and they said that they are currently vetting those tips and prioritizing them. Okay, now, some other stuff that's come up, okay? I was looking around today, and I heard that, okay, the sliding doors, everybody's saying they went through the sliding doors, on the second level, that's where they entered. There was no Charlie bar or whatever, that's what you call it over here. It's the bar. Some of the older sliding doors, like I remember my sister's had one that was like built in, but the sliding doors that we have don't. And if you go out, like the other house, we always have it. We have a bamboo, because my brother has a lot of bamboo. He cut bamboo poles that fit in, and even if the door is unlocked, you're not going to be able to open it with that bar there right in the track. And if you do have sliding doors, you should do that. It's just double security, and it takes a minute. You just drop it in. And you can see me now. Hi, so that's something to think about. But a lot of times when they're having, if it was known as a party house and people were coming in and out, they might not have locked the door. They also could have let the dog out, and the dog, and the door wasn't locked. But there's something going around that's saying that door was unlocked for hours. So if it's unlocked for hours, could someone have been in the house? Yeah. There's a lot of stuff floating around. But the other thing that I'm going to check right now, have you guys heard about an alleged ex-roommate of Maddie named Hannah? Let me tell you what her name is. Get her name right. Let me get her name right. Oh, let me put this in. I'll show you those, because this is going on now. So Hannah Cleary, and that's Hannah Cleary. Hannah was born on November 15th, and people are saying, well, November 15th, her birthday was coming up. It was going to be the first birthday that she wasn't here. It's first birthday in heaven for this young woman who passed away on February 24th, 2022 at the age of 21. Now, what I've been reading, and again, says that this young woman took her own life because of bullies. But we don't know. That's why I'm going to see if I can get any more information. Was she really a roommate of Maddie? Now, the thing is, someone on one of these sleuthing forums said that there was an Instagram post, and the person posted on Maddie's Instagram, it said, you got something, I'm going to paraphrase, something to the point, you got what you deserved, it was a shame what you did to that poor girl, and then wrote this woman's name. So now everyone's abuzz that, oh my gosh, is this payback from someone that thinks they are avenging what was done to this girl, Hannah. Now, this is all allegedly. I'm going to see, maybe we can dive in, maybe you guys know some more, and we can see what's going on with this, because I got stuck doing my craft room all day. And so this is her page. I'm going to put it over here. And again, Hannah was born on November 15th, 2000, and passed away on February 24th, 2022, at the age of 21. And then there's several photos of her. And her obituary says, Hannah Gwen Cleary, beloved daughter and sister, passed away on Sunday, February 24th, 2022, in her home in Moscow, Idaho. Hannah was born the second of 3 children on November 15th, 2000, to Scott and Amanda Cleary in Boise, Idaho. Hannah then lived in Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, Montgomery, Texas, Oregon, Wisconsin, St. Charles, Illinois, Meridian, Idaho. Hannah graduated from Mountain View High School in Meridian in May of 2019, and then she moved to Moscow to attend the University of Idaho. Hannah was a junior at the University of Idaho, where she was majoring in English literature emphasis with a minor in Spanish. She had planned to obtain a master's degree in library science. She was employed at the University Library. Hannah was most content curled up with a good book, indulging in novels and stories from a myriad of genres and eras, including poetry. Hannah also enjoyed spending time with family and friends and could always be relied on for a warm smile and a dry sense of humor. Hannah loved listening to music, rock, indie, pop, alt, but especially the Studio Ghibli soundtracks. Her hobbies included video games, baking, and walking in nature. She also loved her pets, including her late guinea pig Cookie, the family cat Pumpkin, and her 2 fish, SpongeBob and Patrick. Hannah was preceded in death by her grandparents, Robert and Marjorie Cleary, uncle Dennis Anderson. Hannah is survived by her grandparents, David and Catherine K. Goggins, her parents, 2 siblings, Scott A. and Catherine Cat Cleary, as well as uncles, aunts, and cousins dear to her. Services will be held Monday, March 7th at the, there will be a viewing starting about 10. So, has anybody heard anything about this girl? It is possibility, but why? Okay, so Gina, then the thing is that because Ethan was, it's kind of up in the air. Like, people have said Ethan was found in a hallway, he was found in a doorway. Where was he found? Now let's just say the person entered the home. They could climb up to that balcony and enter through that 3rd story sliding door if it was open, okay? Or if it didn't have the bar, it could easily be opened. But what if there was noise or something that awoken Ethan or Zaina, and then they became, just, they had to be killed according to whoever did this. I don't know. But I'm going to take a look and see if there's real validity that this woman lived at the house, because it's possible with stuff that goes on over here that this is completely fake. Not that this girl's death is fake. This girl's death is very real. But connecting her as a roommate in the house, or that she self-harmed herself because she was bullied. So I don't know that. So we're going to try to find that out. And I'm going to open it up to the panel to see if anybody knows anything. If you want to call in. But I'm going to take a little, I'm going to put this on gallery view. Let me see. Can we go on gallery view? Okay. And if you want to call in and you need the number, go on. Now let's see what you're saying in the chat. Rosalita says, I believe the silence on the investigation means that they have a target carefully watching. Could be Rosalita, yes. Yes. That's nice that you're praying for them, yep. That's what I was, that she had a dry sense of humor? Yeah. You too. Let's see. I wonder if he got up to go to the bathroom or something. Or let's say they entered in the second floor but intended to go upstairs, and they woke Ethan or Zaina up with that, you know, before they even got upstairs. Right? Thank you, Mickey. So what do you guys on panel think? Did anybody, I'm going to check her out to see what's going on, but I don't know. I mean, could be nothing with nothing. Let me go back and see where I was looking at that and see if there really is anything, any validity to that, other than she was a student at the University of Idaho, right?
Right.
Let's see. Okay, so this came from Twitter. And it says that a Twitter user, where am I? Twitter user claimed that the quadruple homicide is connected to Hannah Cleary. She's the alleged ex-roommate and shared her dorm with one of the Idaho victims. As per the claims made in the tweet, they bullied and harassed her, and she eventually took her own life on February 24th, 2022. The Twitter user said, Hannah Cleary took her own life in February. She shared a dorm room with one of the victims and got bullied. Her birthday, November 15th. With the post, the user had even shared two images. One is supposedly of Hannah, which is captioned, Hannah's born. Well, that's from her obituary. A user from Instagram had commented on Madison Mogen's post after she died, commenting, "You deserved everything that happened to you, especially after what you did to that poor girl. You elitists are all the same. I'll be reserving my spit once they properly bury you."
Wow.
So it says these hostile comments were made by Instagram users on Madison's profile as these bullying theories were pushed by internet conspiracy theorists. But see, this can all be orchestrated. This is the danger of this stuff. But there's absolutely no proof if these theories hold any water or if they have even a shred of truth, despite the fact that they are still unaware of whether the attacker specifically targeted the students or their apartment. Police highlighted their concerns about the incident once more on December the 1st, although no suspects have been identified. So let's see if there's any. Eagle-eyed netizens spot suspicious Elantra. Let's see what this.
Oh, they finally found the Elantra?
Well, they said they spoke to a lot of people, but let me see what this one says. Let's see. Where's your coverage? See, there's so much stuff going on. They found suspicious footsteps in the snow. People, what's real and what's not, though. Let's see about the Elantra. A white Elantra was spotted near the food truck where Kaylee and Madison visited before being murdered, so that's the reason they're looking to speak to him. Now, they said they did get a lot of tips and everything, and they are vetting them and going through them, so I don't know. Hopefully they'll find it, but I do want to see. I'm thinking this Hannah thing is not legit. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay, now here's something else about Hannah. Let's see what this. Okay, so here are some of the rumors. Let's see. Remember, it came out there was a crime of passion. That was another thing when the phrase had first made its rounds in the media. Moscow Mayor Art Buttigieg had later corrected his usage of the phrase. He clarified to the Idaho Statesman that a crime of passion was a possibility, not that it was confirmed. Still, the phrase remains in many headlines, and that is the first thing that I heard. The other one was the victims were tied and gagged, and now another rumor was that a suspicious student death in May, freshman. First they said Hudson Lindo's death was ruled a drowning by the Moscow Police Department, having ruled out foul play the day it was passing. And then there was another death that was ruled an overdose that I know that they were. And let me see what this says.
Where are they? 30. 30.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
sorry. I
sorry.
thought I was muted.
Oh, sorry. I just went over here because I thought they said that they had. Well, that was just. Just not. Okay. I don't know. Let me go to my. Okay. Where is
I'm here, guys. I'm just I'm doing boxes right now. I'm just listening, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to find out about this girl, if this is really, if there's any
Oh,
thing about this. Let's see.
yeah, I'm gonna mute because tape, right? That's the horrifying sound.
Okay, so some more of the rumors are that Dylan, the other roommate, is refusing to submit DNA. Dylan wasn't friends with all the roommates on social media. Kids are crazy about social media, so yes, this would be significant. And I'm not saying that. I'm reading these rumors that are here. Let's see. They all had, that was a picture before they went out. They all looked like they were getting along very well. But the one thing is, let me see here. I'm just looking at some of these, what they're saying about these rumors, but I do want to read about. Okay, so here's what someone. There were screenshots apparently that I'm seeing of these kinds of comments being left on their social media. But again, that can just be posted by an alternate account just so that people can make a TikTok video or a video about this, right? That it's not proof. It's just something that can go ahead and add validity to the rumor. Seems like they're all coming in at once. See, that makes it, are they legit or new? And so all of the ones I've seen have been private, but half of them are new or throwaway accounts. I would say this is not true. If I had to vote right now, not true, I would say. Sounds like something they're throwing out there, just like the person that, and I don't even know what channel it was, that tried to put out there that now someone heard screams that first night or something, you know? And, the lights are over there. So now I would say, okay, now that I've looked into this, I don't think so. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm looking at these now. I would say no. What is this? Let's see. Police update. Let's go to the Moscow page and see if there's. So you go to King Road homicides. And then it's going to take you, the latest update was 12/10, which was yesterday. With commencement this weekend, there will be an influx of people coming in and out of town. Moscow Police Department and Idaho State Police will provide coverage on campus and in the Moscow area. As always, we want to remind the public to stay vigilant, travel in groups, and communicate with family and friends as you travel. If you have any information regarding the case, please email the tip line or call us at 208-883-7180. We want to thank the public for their support. The investigation continues with the same amount of resources from the Moscow Police Department. There are 6 detectives, 5 support staff in the communications team, FBI, 46 investigators in Moscow and located throughout the United States, and 2 behavioral analysts unit investigators. Idaho State Police, 13 investigators in Moscow, 15 uniformed troopers assisting with community patrols and ISP forensics services. Watch an interview with Moscow Police Chief James Fry released today regarding police presence and continued investigation resources dedicated to the case. The video is available for media and public use on the Moscow Police YouTube channel. The Hyundai Elantra investigators would like to thank the community and public for recent information provided about the vehicle and the spike in tips. The FBI is prioritizing and vetting those tips for use in the investigation. The public is asked to continue to use the tip line to report any information about the vehicle. Please be aware, calling in tips, that the new call process takes patience on behalf of the caller, and there are some prompts to follow. This is a national FBI tip line. It's important to remember to get all the way through the prompts to reach the right agent to report information. Remember, your tip may be the key to solving this case. Detectives remain interested in speaking with the occupant of a white 2011-2013 Elantra with an unknown license plate. Tips and leads have led investigators to look for additional information about the vehicle being in the immediate area of the King Road residence during the early morning hours on November 13th. Investigators believe the occupant of the vehicle may have critical information regarding the case. And this is the vehicle. And again, at this time, no suspect has been identified, and only vetted information that does not hinder investigation will be released to the public. We encourage referencing official releases for accurate information and updated progress. All press releases and information related to this case are available right here. Right where we were. So when they have the rumors, okay, rumor control. Did Kaylee have a stalker? We already went through that one. Is the public in danger? Yeah, we've done that. Are there any suspects? And we know there's not. Who is not believed to be a suspect? We went through that last night. Who and what information can I trust? Who made the 911 call? Are detectives still looking for video surveillance? What happened to the dog in the house? Are reports of a skinned dog related to these murders? No, they're not. Why has no forensic information been released? What resources are being used to investigate this murder? And University of Idaho Support Services. So, nothing there. Now let's see. So let me see if anybody has emailed in who wants to come up.
There was a question in chat. Kay asked if you had looked into Enon or Einan Harsh, the neighbor. She said that he followed Maddie on Instagram and had left a weird message.
Are we sure he's the neighbor? Or is it, let me see.
That's what
Einan
said.
Harsh.
Inan. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that's the one that's the one that's fake. That was fake.
Oh, they're fake. They don't exist.
That one was fake. That's the one that Kevin said that the YouTuber that did that issued a retraction. It was
Oh.
fake. Yeah. Yeah. Is Kevin in chat? Kevin, is that the one you were talking about? I wonder if it was. 'Cause that's the one that he said he heard already.
I tried to look up the Hannah Cleary,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't really find anything. Just an article stating, what the implications were on the, post.
Yeah,
Who she
I don't really. I think it's. I think it's. A lot of these TikTokers are really destroying true crime because they're just going through and just looking for something. Like they can do a search for like, oh, who died in the last year or something there. Oh gosh, oh
Right.
here's one that was at the University of Idaho. All right, let's go make this, and they do that. It's just crazy.
So they're like, oh, so we're gonna say that she was Maddie's
Speculation, yeah,
roommate.
like lots of speculation or just things that are completely made up, and it's horrible because it hinders
Yes.
everything.
It's also horrible because you're saying awful things about
Yeah, people, right?
the one who can't defend themselves.
Uh.
I'm sure her parents, would be hurt greatly by this. Just a rumor. The last thing you want to hear is your, past child being trashed.
Okay, now this is from November 29th, 2022. Scott Cleary says, I am Hannah's father. I have read the autopsy report. Hannah died from an overdose of an over-the-counter sleep medication. There was no evidence of foul play. Please respect my family's privacy in honoring my daughter's memory. So, this is all a rumor.
Okay, yeah. Do you think it's an accidental overdose, maybe?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So, hopefully, maybe we can dispel some of the rumors.
Yes, I'm sure her parents, if they had thought that, she had been pushed into, taking an action such as that, they would have said a lot more.
These people are, Manna was Hannah's doormate. No, they weren't. Someone said, so I did a short deep dive on this and apparently not confirmed they lived in the same dorm. Where'd you do the deep dive?
Apparently not confirmed, but what? Apparently not confirmed they were in the same dorm. So you learned nothing and you're saying that. okay, so they just said they lived in the same dorm, they weren't roommates.
Now someone's
or
saying
they
the
were-
reason for his comment was because this former roommate claimed her death was a cover-up from the police and it was murder. He clarified that his daughter wasn't murdered.
Yeah.
Oh, so now someone said, I agree, it has nothing to do with this case. It has been said that Maddie and Hannah were roommates in a dorm on their freshman year. That's the only connection I have seen.
But it hasn't been confirmed, right? It has been said that they were.
Yeah. But I don't know if the girls were all in. I think they were in sororities. It could be anything. As we were saying before, girls can be really mean. And what if it was just somebody thought, you're moving in on my boyfriend, she's doing this? I don't know. Well,
It really could be anything.
I agree with you ladies. It could be anything. You're right. Anything at all.
well, that will get.
It's been a jealous guy, a jealous girl, and it could be someone that never got noticed,
Or it could be somebody that's noticed. It could be someone in plain sight.
Right.
We have no idea. At all.
Well, I mean, never got noticed as in someone with a crush,
Yeah.
well, not a crush, obsession.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know, I get it. Likely, anything's
Turn those
possible.
lights on.
Because there's definitely some strong feelings in some way, to have done something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how there's not cameras somewhere that saw someone. And then another rumor was that they saw a guy in a hoodie or so going into the house at 3 a.m. Someone in a ski mask, and not a hoodie, a ski mask. It's just all a bunch of rumors, and I really do think TikTok is destroying things. Because everyone wants 60 seconds to create a stir. And they're doing everything they can. Let me see. Back to the chat. Okay, so let's chat a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Uh-oh. Where's this chat now? Okay.
Yeah, the short format does make it, I guess, very tempting for people, who want to make a quick buck to invent
They
something.
don't have to explain a lot of things, or just, they put something out there, so they just want people to watch it, people to click on it.
Yep, just to get in on the conversation and get noticed. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Snow Remover said. I sent you the video from Hannah's funeral if you want to check it out to see if it provides any information. Some other things, it's so conflicting. I have heard she's a very full of love and life. Who's that? It seems from what I've read, Maddie, that Maddie, according to some people, was not very nice to some people, which alone could be a motive. I don't want to tell. It's just from what I saw. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's. I didn't see that. I mean, other than in reference to this, but I didn't see that. Well, I didn't go into anybody's channel, Christine. I've just been looking online in some of the forums and some of the articles that are coming out. Thanks, Liza. I agree. It's hard to tell what is rumor and what is truth. It is, and then once these rumors get started, it's almost horrendous to reel them in. So that's why I wanted to see if we could find out for sure.
Right.
Does anyone think the guy in the hoodie at the food truck was involved in any way in this?
Good
and
question.
I don't think so. I think, but who knows? I mean, there's also something about another Jack, and that Ethan gave him some money, and he was the first guy to donate to Ethan's GoFundMe. I don't know.
Another Jack?
Yeah, another Jack. Yeah, let's see.
No, I did think I read something about that. I forgot that his name was Jack as well. Read about them donating to GoFundMe like $6 or something.
I mean, and then I've seen some things where they're really going into these people's families. Oh, wait, I think someone's mother did this or someone's uncle did that, and it's
yeah.
Jack Katovich.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of harassment gets old. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. We think this, we think that. You have no proof of anything.
I think it's
Ethan
scary.
allegedly paid this
It's
Jack Katovich on the
scary
evening of
people.
November 12th, per a Twitter user again. They were pals, according to information from Ethan's Facebook page. The tweet started adding that Jack was the initial donor to Ethan's GoFundMe. The commenter remarked another Jack just before the killings. Ethan transferred money to his friend Jack Katovich the day before the deaths. Jack's sister received money with the message 3:30 a.m. Jack contributed $6 as the first contribution to Ethan's GoFundMe. Jack, Molly, and Ethan were Facebook buddies, it says.
How did they, okay, the police say that?
No.
What the message was?
No. The people that wrote this, but let me go to his.
Well, how would they
Facebook
know what the
page.
message was on the money
On Twitter.
transfer?
Well, and they saw the Facebook, I guess, and just said that they were friends on Facebook. But I'm gonna go take a look. Okay, let me look here. Interesting. And then I've also heard that it's been said that Kaylee was selling her other car, and that she had placed an ad for it. And could it be somebody that she met with, and again, I don't know. There's so many things going around.
That's one of those things where it's like, well, okay, so, I mean, I suppose it could be, but it could be, the person that, delivered their pizza all the time,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
could be anybody.
Yeah. It's somebody, that's for sure. But who?
It's hard to guess what the motive would be because people have so many motives that you would never guess sometimes,
True.
It does make me wonder if, like, a couple of the young people were just unfortunately in the wrong place,
Like, but why?
Because-
But why they didn't steal anything, right? Nothing was taken. I mean, so it seems to be a targeted attack because why else would they go in there?
right?
You know,
But were they
it's
going in to
it's
kill all four of them, though?
targeted attack on someone of one of the four, and were the other, two or something? Just, someone was saying maybe the intended target was if it was Maddie. Maybe they didn't know that, but I don't know. I mean, if they had seen her, she was around with already that Friday and Saturday. If someone was looking, that they should know that Kaylee was going to be there, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't know she was sleeping in the same bed. I don't know. There were 6 bedrooms in that house.
Yes, there were. Do you want
We
each?
don't know the layout of the house. How far apart were the bedrooms? How big was the house? The
I
bedrooms
do.
could have been very small, for that matter.
I have a good idea because I saw the blueprint, mock-up of it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
there were 2 bedrooms on each floor.
Oh,
Yeah, see, that's why
And
I don't know, like,
that's
Kevin was saying he didn't think that they were in a bedroom. He didn't think there was a bedroom on the second floor. He thought it was just the kitchen. And I'm like, no. They said there were bedrooms.
yeah,
So here's a let me see.
that's what the blueprint showed.
How big this is. Here's a oops, over there. Okay, so it's saying that the front, there's one bedroom, yeah, 2 bedrooms on each floor. Kitchen, living room, bathroom, bedroom, stairs. So yeah, I don't know why Kevin, is Kevin in the chat?
He probably didn't see the blueprint.
I think so. I thought I saw him in the chat. Bear with me while I'm not ready at all because I was eating.
I'm eating yogurt. I shouldn't be eating yogurt. I think I'm eating dinner. Okay.
Oh, wow. Gina X said, Mommy rambling. I think the neighbor, Enan Harsh, is suspicious.
No, but are we sure he's in? I wish Kevin would be here because Kevin said they cleared that guy, and that wasn't true. Hi, Philly Farmhouse. Philly Farmhouse says, I think it's a serial killer. I don't think it's the first time he killed someone. That's a lot of anger and violence and blood. It just doesn't feel like the first time. Is the roommate passed out but not? Oh, I heard that too about now they're saying that maybe one of the 2 surviving roommates passed out. Oh, thank you, Auntie Millions. When they saw either Ethan or Zena or somebody and that the 911 call was about that girl passing out.
Yes, I
there
saw
are
that.
so many things going around. It's crazy.
I saw that account. It was someone who said they were there that morning because the girls came running out screaming, and one of them passed out, and people who were around were came up to them to see what was wrong, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how the crowd gathered at first, and that's why they were talking to 911. I was calling them for this girl, and yeah.
Hey,
Apparently she was
Bergstrom, good to see
old.
you. You saw a 3D demonstration. Yeah, we looked at the actual pictures too. I mean, a couple nights ago. Let's see. Just
It made sense to me. I think I would have gone screaming outside.
yeah, and I saw a picture, and you could see the blood dripping down the foundation. And that's what they were saying in the beginning. They said there was so much blood that it was seeping through the walls.
Yeah, I don't know how that turned into what they're saying now. I'm so confused about this whole case. Like,
Would
just
have been Ethan and Xana's bedroom where the blood was coming down from
I
foundation.
have no idea. I have no idea. This is just, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know.
Okay, so here are some actual pictures of the house. That's the front door.
I saw those pictures of the foundation. I wasn't sure it was blood when I first saw it, but I mean, I guess the police have,
Kitchen, there's the
said that it
store.
was.
I don't know. This one doesn't have a
Yeah.
lot of- over here.
My mind, automatically goes to Shirley. That can't be,
Right. I just remember reading early on about them saying it was. Let's
It
see.
was. I saw the
That it
picture.
went through the wall. Yeah. Maybe we go back to the. This
It was
one.
with a rust-colored liquid coming down the white foundation. White or
Yeah.
gray.
Right here.
I don't want to believe it's blood, but it was blood.
It says there was blood everywhere, said one source close to the investigation. We have investigated and done our job, some for 20, even 30 years, and they say they've never seen anything like this.
Oh, I'm sure they haven't. Moscow, Iowa.
Well, Christine Ferreira says, that you saw that blood dripping outside the walls. I can't imagine inside that room how much blood. It's incredibly sad. A lot of if that is blood, how bloody was it in it? That's Miriam says everything will come out in time.
Now, that Mad Greek restaurant is also something else that, because more than one worked there, because they put a post out.
Yeah.
Right, about how they said they were. And so, what about somebody from that restaurant? And let me see.
Yeah.
They said, it is with a broken heart and deep sadness to share with you that we have lost two of our own here at Mad Greek. Sana and Maddie have been servers here for several years and brought so much joy to our restaurant and all of those they encountered. Maddie was also the face behind our social media pages. With this incredible loss, we have shut down to process and grieve. Our deepest sympathies go out to all of the friends and families of Zaina, Maddie, Ethan, and Kaylee. We as a team offer our support to anyone in need at this time, Jackie and all of the Mad Greek family. You'll be greatly missed. Thank you for being a part of our family team and for helping me so much over the years. Until we meet again, love, the world's best boss. So, yeah. That's two. Yeah, we're working there, and that's another thing. I don't know, could they have, I wonder when the last time they worked was. They already go through all that? I don't know. Been a lot going on. Haven't been here watching a lot. Her husband had knee replacement, some complications. Oh, I hope everything gets better for you, Bergstrom. He is my only suspect that could. Who? Mike? Why don't you call in, Mike? Why don't you call in and talk to us? Come on, call in. I'll send you the number. I'm sending you the number, Mike. I want to hear who your only suspect is.
Yeah, check your email, see if anybody messaged you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Mike. Let's see her, Mike. I want to hear your theory on this. All right. I'm gonna send you something. Oh, we have a new person, and Mike wants to call in. Okay, great. Come on up. Let's go. Yeah, Mary. Let's go. Okay. Why is it not pasting me? What's up with? Oh, there we go. Okay, Mary, I've sent you something, and Mike, I'm gonna send this. Sneeze. Okay, the two people that emailed in, I sent you your the numbers, so come on up. Don't be afraid. Hi, Sherry. How long has that house been there? How many times has it been rented out? Let me see. I'll see when it was built. Says one of the top campus housing options available, sought after location within close walking, biking, driving distance to campus and Greek Row. Ideal setup for roommates with 2 bedrooms and 1 bath on each level. Great outdoor living and entertaining space with a large deck and patio. The 6-bedroom, 3 full bath home has been fully renovated in 2018-2019. Recent updates include new kitchen cabinets, counters and appliances, 2 fully remodeled bathrooms, and newer flooring throughout, no carpet. Washer, dryer in unit, and reserved off-street parking, easy living with low maintenance landscaping. Sorry, no pets allowed. Tenants are responsible for all utilities, professionally managed by a team. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Mary Beth is here.
Welcome, Mary Beth, to the panel.
Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi,
Hi. So what's up? Have you been following this case?
hi.
Hi, Mary Beth.
Hey.
I'm Elle Cassie.
Oh, you're El Cassie. Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. So what's going on? Are you been following this case a lot?
Yes, since the very beginning, it touched my heart.
Do you live near there?
I live in Dana Point, California.
Okay. And what have you heard, or what do you think? Do you have any ideas of who you think did this?
Oh, I have a total theory, yes.
Oh, let's hear it. I'm interested to hear it.
Okay, well, in my opinion, I think it's the ex-boyfriend.
Do you mean the guy that they called at, what do they call him? One called him 7 times and one called him 3 times?
Yes.
That guy? Jack?
I believe he was possibly the stalker and possibly saw that night or heard that night that she had been probably doing or maybe doing something at the bar with another guy or maybe fooling around or, just something that got back to him and she knew it and she could have been afraid of him and that's why she was calling him so much to find out his whereabouts. Perhaps.
That's an interesting theory. It is. That because I was
Yeah,
thinking
'cause
like, why would they even call him so much? But maybe there could have also been. What if they got a message or something that he's pissed or he's looking for? I don't know. And
Right,
there could
and
have
then-
also been something when she went to pick up this dog from him on Friday.
Yeah.
Because if she was home, the dog probably would have been with him, right?
Right. And only because it's always usually the ex or the boyfriend or the husband or something like that in most of these cases. And I don't think he wanted to kill all of them. But in my opinion, it was something where he just ran into trouble on the way out.
Right, but
Yeah.
why do you think he why did he kill Madison and Ethan and Zaina?
Madison, I believe he was probably jealous of because of their friendship and probably thought she was part of the reason why she was leaving and by her counsel. And I perhaps think that Ethan was murdered because I think he heard a noise. Of course, I don't know any of this. It's just my theory. He
Right,
may have
it's
come
your
out of the
theory.
came out of the room to check it out. And because people said he was behind the door, but I don't believe that because then if he was blocking the door, how could have the roommates seen him and fainted because they were so disgusted by it if they didn't see him? If he were just behind a door, they would have never seen Ethan's condition.
Do we know for sure that one of them fainted?
That one of them what?
Fainted.
We know that someone who said that.
I've heard so many times over and over that the story of when the 911 call was made, it was pastor because one of the roommates had fainted because of the sight of what they had just seen. That was the unconscious person called for 911.
Right, that's what I just said. I just heard that, but I don't have a police source for that.
Oh no, I don't know if any of this is true. I'm
Oh.
just saying from what I've surmised.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember where it was posted, but someone posted saying, you know, I'm one of the people that was there that morning and this is what happened, to explaining like, this is what the 911 call was about, the unconscious person, et cetera,
Yes.
et cetera. Yeah.
Okay, so that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And someone said, what do you think that he said, would you put your okay, Scooter said, Mommy, for us hearing impaired, would you put your mic closer to you because the panel is louder than you? I'm sorry. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, but what about him sleeping? Bergstrom said, but Jack said he was sleeping.
I think that's the worst alibi of all.
Okay.
Kind of, but it was 2:30 in the morning, so it's plausible that he was asleep.
On a Saturday night, at his age, at a college campus,
Maybe.
I think it's kind of weird. And if I'm in kind of a off on again spot with my boyfriend or something, I always have the phone next to me and on to see if he's gonna call. And supposedly he still wanted to get back with her. Wouldn't he have it on just by chance in case she called?
How long have they, do you know how long they've been broken up?
I thought it was not long of a time. I thought it was pretty recent, and I know they were together for like, what I've read is like 5 to 6 years maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of months that they had been, that they had broken up.
It was recent compared to how long they've been together.
And they've been, together a long time because they went to prom and stuff together, right?
Was it 7 years or something? I think I
It's a
heard
long-
7. Quote me on it. But that's what I think. I don't
So it
know.
was, but he could just be saying that exactly, Bergstrom. And Mike, you have a theory there?
No, I'm just kind of looking at the crime scene itself, the little that we do know from law enforcement that they kind of said, and some of it I might be on and some of it might be off. But I agree. I'm sorry I can't see the tablet because when I'm on the phone, I don't even look at it. As a matter of fact, it's upstairs. I don't know who the gal was that was just talking before me to you.
It's
I don't want to name no people. I mean, I think we're all thinking the same person, me and she is. But, I mean, dude, the guy could be totally innocent, and that's why I don't even want to really talk about him. But if we're looking at what we do know and what we have heard, all the doors had keypads on them except for maybe possibly one that a parent changed out the week before of one of the other girls, okay? Ethan, they said, there was no doors kicked in, no locks broken or anything like that.
Yep.
Ethan, on the second floor, had to have come out. He had to hear noises. His girlfriend said, go check it out. I think that's where the intruder, I just have this feeling the killer did not mean to kill all 4 of them. That was not the intentions when he went there. I just got a feeling it's somebody that knows that house. I got a feeling that they've been in the house and they were prepared. They covered up they put hoodies on their little shoes or whatever, put a ski mask on. Everybody has one in that town being cold, put a pair of gloves on. Dude, I'm just saying, I hate to say this. Please forgive me, Guy. I'm not saying it was you, okay, the ex-boyfriend, but he's the only guy that has a motive, okay? I mean, that I've seen in this whole case. If it's a local, okay, that's all I'm saying, is he's the only one that would have a motive.
Well,
Girlfriend's back
what do
in
you
town
think
with a
about
new Land Rover, losing all of his friends. I mean,
but what do you think
you
about?
need a motive.
Yeah, but what if it's like you don't think like a jealous girl could have done this?
Yeah, I could be totally wrong. I mean, seriously, you're right. I mean, it could be a girl that was mad at one of them. But, I mean...
Look, we don't know what happened. They were at the tavern. They were at that bar tavern, right, Mike? From like, 8, 9 o'clock until, close to 1 o'clock or something. That's a lot of hours. What if something happened there? What if one of them, some other girl thought one of them was hitting on her boyfriend, or What?
It
Just
could be, and I thought that too. I agree with you, Carolyn. I mean, that's why I would like to know where Ethan. I'm not even saying they had anything to deal with it, or they might not even know the person. But if they left that frat party for an hour or two, went to a bar, did they run across somebody? You know what I mean? I agree
right,
with
and
you.
that's the other thing. They don't know where they were from 9 until 1:45, and why do they think they weren't at the frat party? Somebody must have said they weren't here, they left.
Yeah.
But they could have also said they weren't here, they left because maybe something happened there that they don't want. I don't know. Was there a fight at the frat party? Was there, I don't know.
Yep. No, it could be anything, but it takes a lot for. I mean, I don't know. I mean, unless it's some wacko serial killer, you know what I mean, which it could be, you know what I mean, or whatever, some guy upset that night that somebody made mad. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, the small towns are so weird. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they knew those guys with the hoodie and all that stuff. They all knew they were on camera. You know what I'm saying? Those guys that got pulled over or whatever the cops talked to about drinking that night. I mean, they lied to the cops. I don't have ID on me. Well, how'd you buy that beer 10 minutes before? I mean, dude, kids in college give fake names. They don't want that stuff on their record. I mean, he could have gave his roommate's name. The cop ran that guy's name. Okay, you're good to go. I mean, the small town, you guys got to understand, I love law enforcement, but small town law enforcement was not ready for this. They aren't. I mean, they really were not ready for this. And I know they're smart and they'll figure it out. I got faith that they'll solve this case. It might take another month. It might take 2 weeks. It might take a year. They'll get this killer. I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, I think that my thing is that killer, I totally believe knew that house. And that's what, I mean, I'm just saying, no matter how easy it would be to watch those lights go off, no matter who the killer is, okay? That's all I'm saying. No matter who you guys think the killer is, watch those lights go off, go in. Kids are so bad with locks. College kids, my brother was just telling me about that on the phone just earlier. Dude, they never lock stuff. But the two doors that would be not automatically locked for the most part would be the two patio doors, okay? No matter if he went in the bottom patio door, the killer, or the top, all he had to do was go up to her room. And let's just say she was the targeted one, which the rumors are she kind of was. I mean, I'm not saying she was. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the rumors.
Right.
She wasn't in her room. And this dog is kind of important because the killer took the time to put the dog where it couldn't access the bodies. Right. Or be in the crime scene. That's very important. I mean, it is. I mean, so if the killer, okay, let's just say, example, if it was the ex-boyfriend, he went in the house, she wasn't in the room that he thought she was going to be in, no matter what patio door he went in.
Right.
All he had to do was go across the hall. If that door was left ajar, if they were running back and forth between the two rooms or whatever, or if it was the ex-boyfriend, he has been around that house so many times, and trust me, those two girls know each other's codes to them rooms. If she needed to borrow code, because she had the master bedroom up there, they probably shared that bathroom upstairs. And so he probably seen her push that code in. He probably knew the code. But either way, if it was left ajar, they were going back and forth after they ate. That dog was upstairs with them two girls. Why would the dog be downstairs with the couple or with the two way downstairs? So what I'm saying is the killer went in.
But if the dog was upstairs when he was doing this, that dog would have blood on him, because it's a very bloody scene. Like, how did this person that killed them not be tracking footprints and bloody stuff all over the yard everywhere? Like, how could they just...
You know, the rumor is the ex-boyfriend lives literally like 60 seconds away from their house. He can see from his kitchen window, from windows in his house, he can see her porch and all the lights on in that house.
Right, but still, how would he get out when they said he would have like so much blood on him?
Dude, I'm just saying, I'm not a killer, but I've been thinking this out. I'm just saying, if it was him.
Right, I mean,
Dude,
some
he
people
might
are
not even
saying
warn
that
her.
they
She was
wore a
knowing that they had
hazmat
wood
suit,
floors
they
all
wore
over that
things on
house.
their feet, but still, even if you have those
Yeah,
things
or
on
he
your
took.
feet.
He might have that night. There was no snow on the ground. Heck, 60 seconds he could have ran over there with socks on and put on a pair of gloves and a ski mask, knowing that he knew there was wood floors everywhere throughout that house. And then I think I think he went into her room. She wasn't there. The dog, they were eating in there, calling people, doing their social media, calling him. I mean, come on. What guy stays in town that night when everybody else left Friday and everything else, whatever? That night was a party night in that town.
Right, and they're also saying
everybody that stayed that night, and he's the only one that stayed home and slept. And okay, leave just for that.
But
and
where
then
did
you
he go
have
earlier in the
your
day?
a beautiful ex-girlfriend and all these popular girls calling you from whatever, roughly 1:32 in the morning till 3:30 in the morning, and you're not going to answer it once you were sleeping on a Saturday night. Come on.
Not right.
Right, but we don't know what happened before that. What if he went to the bar and tavern and confronted her? We don't know that. Like, have we ever heard about where his whereabouts are that day before he was sleeping?
What's that?
Have we heard where Jack's whereabouts were that day before he was sleeping? Was he at the bar or tavern? Did he go to any parties? Did he belong to that fraternity?
Nobody knows. As far as I know, he wasn't at any fraternity parties or any bars that night. He stayed home. Nobody has no proof he was anywhere. His alibi, his best alibi, is his phone was at home, and the roommate saw him go to his bedroom. So he don't think he never saw him come back out.
Now, Cranky Babishka is saying.
Now I don't know if that's true for sure. So
yeah, she said
and I don't even. I'm sorry, I'm bringing up this guy so much, but that's my only suspect.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And Ashley said the people supporting the ex, it wouldn't be the first Jeffrey McDonald case. The parents supporting the ex. I'm sorry.
Frankie Babushka says, I thought the boyfriend was in Boise. That's several hours away. Was that not?
That was the other boyfriend, the older boyfriend that graduated already. That was
Maddie's
what's her name's boyfriend.
Maddie's boyfriend?
Yep.
That was the other boyfriend they're saying. Hi, Marie said, wasn't there any trace
the
of
other
blood
one.
outside? I don't know. I mean, we don't know everything, obviously. So, and the crime scene has been taped off. So, I don't know.
No.
That's not.
Like I said, girl, I don't even want to bring. I feel bad for bringing that guy's name up because it could just be a wacko, like you said.
No, Mary feels the same. Mary said the same.
She agrees.
And just the way, now I see if the doors were all kicked open, every one of them, and the dog was left out, then I would really be thinking a serial killer or a mass murderer or whatever you would call it at that stage. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think it's him, and I hope it's not him, and I'm sure I'm wrong. I have no idea. I'm just throwing out a theory, and my theory was like that gal that was just talking on the phone.
And what about?
He's the only one that I see that has a motive, and what else is nobody else is talking about him. Media, nobody else. This is the most obvious guy there is.
Okay.
To me, that's close to them.
Am I off the screen? I am off the screen. Yeah. What about the Okay, let me see.
What's that?
No, I just wanted. It was weird because I was off. Hold on, let me just do this. I think I'm not showing up on the there. Okay, now it should be okay. What about the dog? The dog, being that they didn't harm the dog, people are saying if it was a serial killer, probably would have killed the dog if the dog was anywhere near the vicinity.
Would they have empathy?
Yeah. No, the serial killer wouldn't have empathy. But
right.
what if it was who Mike and Mary are saying they think so? That would have been his dog, and maybe he wouldn't want to kill his dog, so he put his dog somewhere safe.
That makes sense. That makes sense to one of the people in chat. They said they agreed with that. Yeah. And that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it, right? We're just here to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
exactly, Nicole.
People have theories, and that's why we're having people call in to talk about their theory, which is that's what we do here.
Yep. And that's what leads me a little bit to somebody that they knew or cared about that dog, is because they took the time to put it into a room by itself.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
then
then
he picked it up at the wherever they had it at, wherever they took it, the animal control, wherever he picked it up, and he got the dog.
And V agrees.
Yeah, well, they kind of co-own. They kind of co-own that
Right,
dog. That
right.
was part of the deal. That's why. Yep.
Yeah, and think about it. She was going to Texas. Could it be that she was going to take the dog, or they were fighting over who was going to take the dog?
Yeah, exactly. Who knew? Even if they were getting along, like the mom said, "Oh, it couldn't be him." I mean, you look at that dad's look on that stage when he came up on that stage. That's the only time we've seen him. That dad and him locked eyes, and he was so mad that he hugged his wife. You know what I mean? Dude, he walked off on his wife, left her 10 feet behind. I mean, seriously, there was I'm just saying that was shown on somebody's thing. But, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, I'm not saying he's the killer, but, man, it's just so many coincidences. I mean, just so many things. The dog, no doors were locked. I mean, everything. And they knew the house. I honestly believe they knew that house pretty well, whoever was there. Even if it was somebody that we don't know, they've been in that house, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it seemed like it. I just think
I don't
something
know.
happened.
That was just my little
something
thought.
happened at the barn. I'm thinking that it would be a big thing if they were sharing custody of that dog and she was now going to Texas.
Yeah.
You know,
and you don't know. I'm just saying, just like Brian Laundrie, you don't know what a guy's mind's thinking inside. Even if he's playing it cool to him, his friends kind of admitted that, you know, he was kind of getting pushed out. You know, she was done with, even though she was saying to the mom or whatever, hey, there's a chance we can get back together. Dude, in his head, I agree with these guys. I mean, a lot of us guys think alike. It's kind of funny because a lot of the men on different channels and lives or whatever, they pretty much kind of think the same about this. I mean, dude, she was done with him, literally. I mean, new car, going to go to Australia for a month, start a new job in a different state. Dude, they dated for 6 years. I mean, he was kind of a nerd dude looking in school. Then now he grew up and he's tall. You know what I mean? Whatever, good-looking guy or whatever you call it. But he's the one that lost out on that in his eyes, I think, what he's thinking.
Somebody said he's like 90 pounds soaking wet. Very, they don't believe that he could have done that. What are your thoughts on that, Mike?
Well, I saw him when he was younger in, you know, yearbook pictures or whatever that they showed. But did you see him on the stage when he snuck up there to give mom the hug? Dude, he was like 6'1", 6'2". Now he was almost as tall as the other boyfriend that spoke.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't see that.
I mean, he's tall now. He grew his beard out and everything else. The guy, he doesn't look like he did 3 years ago. I'll tell you that, 2 years ago. In those pictures with him wearing glasses and all that stuff.
Right,
he doesn't even look like that no more.
Yeah, because that's what everybody's saying. They're saying that.
You guys, I mean, God, I hate to do this because I've never done this on a case, even thrown out a name, not even in chat, because I think it's so wrong. But I just think that there was a chance. I mean, of course, I just think they need to look at him again. That's all I'm asking. And I'm sure they probably already have. And who knows where they are in the case. But that's all I had to say. Nobody's talking about this guy. That's my problem. They've talked about the hoodie guy, all these other people, these, you know, whatever, that could be suspects on all these news nations and everything. Why are they not talking about him?
And also, you know, just Lacey Peterson case, the family was totally behind Scott in the beginning too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they said, oh, no, we're 100% behind him. You know, so I don't know. We're not saying anything. We're just kind of thinking if somebody has a different theory, come on up. I think like Mickey,
Yep, I'm done.
Mickey's saying no. Mickey's saying like you guys put your chips all on the this ex-boyfriend and you haven't considered anything else. Or let me see what they said exactly. They said...
a lot in
you're
chat.
Really putting all your chips in on the ex-boyfriend, because otherwise your theory is 100% behind the killer knowing the dog and caring so much about the dog during a quad murder with a knife.
Yeah.
The girls leave after
I just,
getting their
man,
food.
I know whoever the killer, this last thing I'll say, no matter who the killer is, I mean, they did it to be a silent killing, you know what I mean, so people wouldn't wake up. But gosh, I do agree with those true criminal profiles for years and whatever, that, I mean, I can't even imagine stabbing somebody, or I was never a hunter. I mean, but in this case, dude, I don't think it went down the way they thought.
Yeah, stabbing is really brutal, and I don't think I can, like, because you've got
Oh,
you know,
no way.
I've talked about this before, like, but look at Jodi Arias. She stabbed Travis Alexander so many times, and then shot him, and then cut his throat, and, I mean, it was nuts, but, and then you think, because every
That's
time
true.
the knife goes in, you got to take, you know, like, and it's going to be hitting stuff, and it's going to be hit, you know, I mean, it's horrible. I would, it'd be the least, even if, like, somebody was at my life, I'd probably, like, stick the knife in them and then, like, be, like, scared to take it out again, or say, you know, I don't know, but it's, like, the worst thing. I'd rather hit them with a baseball bat or shoot them or do something. Yeah, I don't want to be stabbing someone. It's the last thing I want to do to defend my life.
Exactly, I'm with you. That I couldn't even imagine.
And you have to get
But
close.
if he was in a situation where he couldn't leave witnesses, who knows what happened, whoever the killer
and
was.
you have to get
But,
close to them, too. That's the other thing. Like, you know, if they say, oh, gosh, I think someone's coming in the house and somebody grabs a knife. But then you're thinking, like, wait, I've got to get within this close to them who use this, right? I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be that close to that person.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I mean, hopefully, man, my brain can't even go there. I can't even kill a mouse. I mean, I have a hard time with a mouse trap. I don't want to kill him. I mean, I know what you're saying there. But anyways, I'm a nerd. Hey, and you guys, I feel bad because I brought up this guy's name, but I really hope the cops do give him another look. I mean, I understand he has an alibi and I understand whatever, but that's all. Just give him one more look. I'm sure they have already, though. And if he's cleared, man, I feel bad for bringing up his name even. But it's because nobody's talking about him is why what bothers me.
All right, Mike. Appreciate it.
Okay, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you in chat. Okay.
All right. You too. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Carolyn. Bye-bye.
Kit Kat says, I guess I just mean it's possible. At some time, people but don't feel like hurting the dog because they have reduced compassion but not zero. There's a spectrum of sociopathy. Yeah, they say. Yeah, it could be, Kit Kat, yeah. The food truck guy, you believe it's the food truck guy, Bergstrong does. And big guy, we're kind of talking and laughing at Maddie and Kaylee, and then Maddie points at them, and it appears to curse them like she was pissed. Sometimes sociopathic people with reduced but not zero compassion will despise other humans but appreciate dogs that seem so innocent and better than humans. Could be. I mean, there's a lot of different things, but like someone said, you know, they don't think maybe this is like very brutal and takes a lot of strength to go running up and down 2 levels with a knife, killing 4 people without being anybody, you know, fighting back enough to take you down. So they're saying they think it is a male, and they think it's a larger male because, I don't know. Sherry says it's totally the food truck guy. She's all on the food truck guy. It's the food truck guy. But why, Sherry, did he kill everybody? Okay, Earthbound, have a good night. So you're saying it's the food truck guy, the food truck guy. That's another one. Does anybody on the panel, Mary, Beth, have you considered why you don't think it's the food truck guy?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think it's anyone from the food truck because I think it's by happenstance that they had a camera there. Like I think if we didn't have that camera, we would have never heard of any of these people. I think it was just a fluke to have that camera there. Also, I don't think they were running away from him when they left. I think they were running to the car because it was cold. And I think a lot of people get said F you to and don't go kill them. You know, and this guy didn't go to Africa. And I don't think he's the guy. I just don't. I think there's way more of a reason and it's way more logical to believe that it's the other party that I mentioned instead of this guy.
Mm-hmm. And Trixie Girl says, could have been someone from the sorority house.
I don't think it was a woman at all. And sororities are women.
Right.
So I don't think it was a woman by any chance. But with the dog, I mean, sure, I guess anybody can have compassion for a dog. I believe that the killer probably would not have compassion for anything that could foil his crime, which the dog could foil his crime. And
Right.
maybe he would have compassion for his dog, but not for something that could get in the way of him committing these crimes.
Okay. And Bergstrom said, I was very undecided until I saw the close-up video. It makes me wonder now, maybe others were collateral damage. It's so true that the violence and cruelty required for stabbing multiple people requires extreme brutality, but also extreme rage. If not angry at the dog and tired, it wasn't worth it. Julie W. doesn't think it was a woman. It requires a lot of stamina and everything else, and this is really wild just to kill, if this was your first time killing anyone, to kill 4 people like this and not make any really blatant mistakes that they catch you right away, that it's, 4 weeks and they, we don't know where they have, but you're not arrested yet. The frat house was very close, Trixie, yes, it was. But where were they? Sorry, excuse me. The frat house does have a weird thing, connotation. I don't know if it has a connotation with this because they said that the frat house president is fully cooperating and that everything they've told them. But then in the same breath, the police were saying, we need to find out their whereabouts. So is it just coming from them that, hey, they only stayed here 8 to 9 o'clock. We're done with this, but they're lying. Okay. I don't know. Hi, Danielle. Good to see you. How's the kitchen? Why did Jack D dye his hair red? That is what Scott Peterson did, and guys don't usually do that. He dyed his hair red when? He did not dye his hair. I didn't hear he dyed his hair either. Maybe you're just looking at a different picture. Let me see. Shoot. I want to look at one thing here. Let me see something. Okay, let's see. I wonder if he... Okay, so... This can't... Okay. So is this his real Facebook page? Because... no, it's not. There's no way that's his real Facebook page. I don't think so. There is a picture here. What is that? Special cousin. Let me just see something. It is. I don't think so. Oh, it's coming up. Where's the dog? Let me see something. Did, 1 second. Justice. Okay, so someone is saying that within the Sharon Tate murders that the house was the target. But why? What would they what did they do? Like, why would they do that? For what reason? And then there's that Jack Showalter, right? He's the one. Supposedly Ethan paid something. Kaylee says, October 20th, hi, does anyone have advice on pet insurance? I have never looked into it, so I honestly don't know much. I'm sure I could do some research, but I'd like to hear firsthand. Thanks in advance. Pics of my 10-month-old Murphy for cuteness. Okay, so wait a second. Let me go to the Instagram. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's pull over her Instagram. Okay, and I want to see if that, when she said that dog was 10 months. I'm not seeing the dog at all. It's on her TikTok. Is it only on TikTok that she has the dog? She doesn't have any of the dog on Instagram? That's weird. Why would the dog not be on? That's weird. Why would the dog not be on Instagram? That's strange. Okay, so someone said, poor dog. Did Kaylee ever get any advice? She got lots of helpful comments. Okay. Plus, she wasn't even allowed to have a dog in that residence. Oh, you see, somebody said this was actually in a dog group that they belonged to. But who knows if that's really... They're showing that, but they could have... They don't really show her. Yeah, someone could have doctored that up. They just showed a golden doodle, and it doesn't look like... I just hate people that... Well, if they didn't start it, I don't know if they saw it somewhere, but if they're deliberately misleading someone, I hate that. Plus, Kaylee's parents hired a private investigator. Find it interesting, someone said, that Kaylee has a dog in the residence where the murders took place that was left unharmed by the killer. Could the killer have gained access to the residence when the dog was taken outside to use the bathroom? Maybe, but this also leads me to believe that the killer possibly owns a dog. Anyone receiving unconditional love from a dog knows what I mean. A dog owner usually loves dogs. My pup I love forever. This emphasizes more that the killer targeted those 4 students with extreme anger and revenge for some unknown reason. They were targeted is because the 2 students directly below the victims were left unharmed, and it looks like the killer could have walked down just a few stairs to kill the other 2 students. Scary thought. I'm pretty sure this killer had some type of previous encounter with at least one of the victims, likely one of the female victims, like that of an overly obsessed man that would not accept rejection or no as a final answer from a woman that he so admired, like a crime of passion, till death do us part in his mind. And that's the thing that keeps coming back, that they said crime of passion. Are they just walking that back because they don't want anyone to think they're in the spotlight? I don't know. I don't know. And then it said the mother didn't have a funeral for Kelly because she was scared the killer would show up. I don't know. Okay, wait a second. What is this about? Okay, so the name of Kaylee Nkave is one of the victims of the brutal murder, was missing from the graduation list. But she wasn't graduating this Saturday, right? Didn't they say that she had already graduated? I'm confused. Why are they bringing that up? Very commonly walk in May. That is true. That is 100% true. Trying to think about something. When did my daughter? She went to two different ones. Okay, so Mary or Elle, what do you think about why she didn't have her dog on her Instagram? How old was that dog?
Do we know if it was just taken off? Or was it on there before?
I don't know. I mean, why? I don't think it was taken off. None of the other pictures were taken off.
The dog was never on her Instagram, then that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Very strange. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be on. There's pictures with her.
I know.
with her
And where are
dog.
the pictures coming from? TikTok? Are they coming from TikTok? I don't know.
How long has she had the dog?
That's what I'm trying to figure out because I see a post. Well, but I don't know. And someone said something. I don't know how old the dog is. Anybody know how old the dog is?
Has anyone seen her ex's Instagram or Facebook or anything?
Let me see if I can find his.
His is probably closed down.
If this is him, it's private now, and there's only one picture, and it's him. If this is, that's his account.
No dog.
Yeah, well, he's got the dog as his profile.
Oh, so that's odd.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I don't know that one, the answer to that one. But I know he is very big right now. The boyfriend.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. From pictures that I've seen. And did you see him balancing the axe on his chin?
No, where?
There's a video of him. It was on one of the other sites with him balancing like a chest, like a whole chest, like a piece of furniture on his chin. And an axe balancing it on his chin.
Really?
And juggling. Yeah. Like he has this unparalleled skill of balance.
Oh, that's
And
weird.
it's unbelievable. And his juggling skills are crazy. Like, it's insane. Like, when I saw this video, this is one of the things that added to my opinion. And the fact that he's a tennis player and he has that great upper body strength.
Okay, well, there's
And-
somebody named, I don't know how long ago this is from, Jack, with the same last name, 12, from Idaho, U.S., juggles tennis rackets when he was 12
Yeah.
years old. So, was he doing this? Okay, let's see.
You have to find that one where he's balancing that stuff. It's crazy.
Trying to find out some facts about this guy.
Let's see if I can find it.
So, Kaylee's family says they stand behind him. Filled her Facebook pages with pictures of Jack, whose parents say she would eventually marry. Police say the outgoing calls are part of the investigation. So she had a Facebook page and she filled it with pictures of him. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, here's her Facebook page. Let me just make sure that. I just want to. Hold on. Get over here. Uh-oh. Okay. So let me pull this over now.
I'm looking for it.
I've got it here. So got it up on YouTube and December 8th. There she is, out, no dog. Looks like some of the pictures are taken down. So photos. Here's her, and so he looks like a really skinny kind of. I don't know. He just doesn't fit her, right? Right. I don't know. You would say like, that's an odd match.
He's gotten very big.
Okay. Well,
you look at
okay,
recent-
now, that's another thing. If he's gotten very big, could he have any of those, could he be taking steroids? Which
That's
would
what I was
give him that rage, could
That's what I was-
possibly give him that rage. If he's normally a
That's what-
very skinny guy, like it looks like he is, he could have considered taking steroids. I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying it's a possibility.
I'm not saying any of this is true. I'm just saying, what
Right,
from what I
exactly.
read, I surmised. I was thinking about that also. And do you see the juggling now and the balancing?
I haven't seen the juggling or the balancing yet.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm just looking at her Facebook now because I'm just wondering why I'm not seeing the dog anywhere.
That is strange.
It's very strange that I'm not seeing this dog. Yeah, I just don't know why we're not seeing the dog. Why did they break up? Dr. Lips just says. They were. I don't know. I don't know if we know the exact reason, but this is 2020.
I'm just reading on another
and see,
blog.
Look at him in
that it
2020. He's still very thin here. A little guy.
I'm for the first time reading on another blog that it says there was a video on Crime Circus posted about Jack D. And it mentions how the relationship with Jack D was difficult, according to Kaylee's posts. So I don't know where those posts were from, but the video was taken down. My guess is because Crime Circus hit a nerve with his analysis, JD's. So that's from someone else, but I never heard that before. I never heard anything about the relationship until just now.
Thank you, sharing your pics. Okay, yeah, I mean, he must have changed his body just in the last year or so because he's still a very slight guy here. March 4th, 2020.
Let me see if I can.
I don't know. 3 years is a long time. No, they were together more than that. Dad says no dogs in the house, but plenty of pics and videos of dog in the house. Mike says. He looked bigger on the stage. For sure. Okay. He certainly doesn't look big there, Mike. He looks very slight, very skinny. She was only back to show friends her Range Rover and visit. Right, yep, before moving. But the dog was there. So how are they going to split the dog? Right, Rage. But yeah, I mean, how old is he? He's the same age as she is, right? 21? He is.
Yeah.
I know some guys will look very boyish around 18, 19 and bulk up. Oh, they're very true. Exactly, yeah. Dog is, oh, the dog is Mickey? So the dog, so that's true, that the dog would have been 10 months then in October. So this is a recent purchase. That's something that doesn't sound right about that. How long ago did they break up? He's definitely capable, Dr. Lipschitz says. Dr. Lipschitz, are you thinking that he potentially did this as well?
Killings. They have no fear.
I don't know. Oh, you can't play video. We can't play anybody else's content. Just letting you know. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to take a poll just because I want to take a poll.
Oh, 2%. Good thing I plugged it in.
Okay, let's see. Just the consensus. You love polls, Mickey? Oh, good. Yeah, I realized that Kit Kat, my son Michael is 6'1", and it, was always trying to gain weight and stuff. But he started to work out more and got bigger too as well. But yeah, I don't know, it's just such a brutal thing. Let's see. The poll should be interesting. Most don't think he is because he got cleared. Well, I don't think any of them got cleared, but they, what they say that they were, what was that? They used special verbiage there. They said that they looked into them, but they didn't say cleared, right?
Correct. Correct. They
Yeah.
looked in. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. So let's see what the poll might surprise you, Mike, because right now you've got the majority saying he has some involvement in there, and not. I mean, this is just a poll, just to get public opinion, not to put any guilt on this person.
We're just talking. We're just discussing the case. That's all we're doing here. Having a conversation.
Taking the dog was what was that?
I coughed.
Oh gosh, that's scary. Didn't sound like a cough.
What does it sound like? Say something?
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like let's see.
I was just coughing about what you guys said.
What?
It was just public opinion,
Oh,
It's not cough.
it is. Just a poll to say. Okay.
I hope it's lemonade.
What the cops said was basically, we have talked to them, and that's all you get to know. Haha. Basically, there's no certificate that they're cleared. Exactly, Mickey. Yes, exactly. I agree. I agree. And let's see what the poll's doing. We've got 71 saying that he has some type of involvement, and 29% saying no. Being cleared is not a not guilty verdict. But they didn't even say being cleared. They said that they've, let me see, I'll tell you, let me see, we'll get their exact words. Bobby Brady, exact words. Let's see. What's the police department? Bobby Brady. Okay. I think it was on the 5 days ago, I think it was. 5 days ago they said that, which would be here maybe? Let's see. Okay, critical information, let's see. Hyundai. Yeah. Starting Wednesday, anyone near the residence Wednesday morning is asked to get through. Okay, the house remains an active crime scene. I'm looking at from December 7th. A video interview. There was one. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. It's right on their site where it's set, and that rumor thing, isn't it? Summary, assigned resources, rumor control. Who is not believed to be involved? That's what they said. Not believed to be involved. They didn't say who's not involved. Cleared is like you're cleared. They're not cleared. The two surviving roommates, the male in the grub truck surveillance video, the private party driver who took Kaylee and Madison home on November 13th, the male that Kaylee and Madison called numerous times during the early morning hours of November 13th, an individual at the residence when 911 called, any individual at the residence when 911 was called, the individual on the lease who moved out of the residence before the school year started and was not present at the time of the incident, or the male or his friend who was thought to be a possible stalker and followed Kaylee into the parking lot of a local business in October 2021. That's who, but they said not believed. Well, we didn't believe you were a suspect. We don't believe it. You know, they're not saying you're cleared. And right now, it's still 68% to 32%. So, yeah. What do you think? So, seems what's going on. Hi, Puddin'. They parse their words very carefully. They may have called many mouths that morning. Let me check if anybody else has to call in. Got so many things. I'm just trying to see if anybody has called in for the number. I don't want to keep anybody waiting. I'll just go to the inbox. Computer's being really crazy today.
Mickey says they'll likely only tell us they have a suspect when they are ready to make the full arrest and prosecute.
Probably not. Probably maybe even after the arrest. Yeah. I agree, not believed to be involved is one of those tactics that police like to use to keep suspects calm and talking. Correct. Yes.
Was it your ear?
And, I think the reason this case is so quiet is because they are either hiding, they are currently interrogating someone, or FBI is telling Moscow PD not to say anything and keeps Kelly confused. Mom or daddy, grandma give him an alibi. Rather. Okay, I might have understood or took the statement differently, I guess. If you look deeper into the statement, anyone can poke holes. But I don't know, I don't think the boyfriend's involved. You don't think, okay, Pudding doesn't think, Pudding doesn't. Who do you think it might be, Pudding? Do you have a theory on that? The poor town alone is on edge. They will get whoever. Hold on, I'm just gonna get it smaller. I have to drink. Ashley, what do you think? Oh, why is it freezing? This is really bothering me. Ashley, what are you thinking? See, it's like really driving me crazy. Let me know what you're thinking, Ashley. I wonder what you're thinking. Pudding, we want to hear. Call in, yeah. Pudding, let's hear. Let's hear a different opinion. Let's hear it. Come on. Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe. Why don't you call in, Pudding? You know the number. I'm gonna get something. What about you, Nicole? Do you have? Who do you think?
I think it could be anybody at this point until we get all the information. We don't. I mean, we have bits and pieces, and we're unsure, and the police aren't releasing anything at this time.
But do you have a hunch? Do you have a hunch who would do this kind of thing?
The only person that I can think of is because he's the only one with the motive, or potential motive.
Okay, but yeah, and I just think there could be a motive within several girls, but this is a very brutal murders. These are very brutal murders, and they take a lot of stamina up and down the stairs doing this, holding 4 people, and never knowing that 2 people might just come barging out.
There could have been more than one.
And a dog. I think it was a male or several males that did this.
The dog was apparently locked in her room because she was visiting from out of town, and wasn't it technically her dog?
Yeah.
So wouldn't she have the dog in her room? What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he didn't spare the dog. Maybe he didn't, I don't know.
Kit Kat says, it's such a sad betrayal, and I don't want to think it's the ex, but logically I know it's plenty possible.
I'm trying to figure out if it's with somebody else, or thinking of anybody else. But I mean, we don't know. It could be somebody from across the street. Maybe something else was going on that we're not aware of yet, or the general public isn't aware of yet. But in time, we'll become aware of the details, right?
Pudding says, I don't know enough about it, but was basing my thoughts on what the sheriff said in that press conference. To me, it seems like it would be someone who's done it before, to not leave footprints and things like that. It creeps me out. Yeah, that part is creeping me out. Good night, Cherry.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy, huh? Okay, it creeps me out too, Puddin'.
Ashley says, I think the ex-boyfriend has the clearest motive.
I'm trying to think of another, maybe another alternative, a different theory.
I wish I knew who broke up with who and why, because somebody that's losing someone, that's like the most dangerous time when the person's leaving. And she was going to go to Texas. She wasn't just going back to her parents' house.
Yeah, she was moving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there could have been some resentment there from him.
I think the
Why-
ex-boyfriend couldn't
why
deal
weren't-
with the breakup and abandonment, Ashley Vestal says.
If they were together in the same place or area, why weren't they spending time together then? If she was moving.
And I keep
Wouldn't
thinking
he
about that
spend
dog.
time-
What if she said, I'm taking the dog to Texas?
Exactly.
And
That's-
what if she said, I'm taking the dog to Texas? What if we don't know who paid for that dog? Where were they when they got that dog? It's weird because I thought they were broken up more than just 9 or 10 months. And to get a puppy like that, you're going to get it at the earliest 2 months, 8 weeks. So were they even going out at the time? Did she pay for that puppy and then he agreed to help her even if they were broken up? Like, did one of them get the puppy and did she get the puppy and think, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work and I can't have it in this house? And he just said, I'll help you out with the puppy and we can share it. Maybe.
Yeah, but she
something
was
like
not
that.
in the house.
But no, I mean before.
Well, before.
Yeah, when they got the puppy, they say it was 10, 11, it would have been 11 months old at the time, which means they would have got it, like 8 months prior to that. So did she get the puppy and go, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work? And he just said, you know what? No, and I'll help you with the dog. We can share custody of the dog. But maybe she really bought the dog and maybe she's the real dog's owner and said, I'm bringing the dog to Texas.
Very, very
So not only was she
plausible.
leaving him, she's taking the dog, she's going to Texas, and who knows if she's seeing somebody else over there, anywhere. The sister of
that makes
Kaylee
sense to me.
said she said something about them having a dog together, not sure what that means, but the sister did get access to the phone and it seems to be very sure it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, I don't think the dog is the problem, as she said. She was leaving him for a new life.
Yeah, I don't know, but the dog could have been a problem for him, maybe not for her. But you don't know what was going through his mind. She's over there. She's leaving. She's taking the dog. She's taking herself, leaving him, not hanging out with him that weekend. So I mean, I can't think of anybody else who would have a potential motive to harm.
Julie W. says it could have been a disturbed individual full of rage that felt rejected. Okay, who would that be, Julie? I'm not trying to say too much, but who would that be? And isn't it weird that people are saying he suddenly got bigger? Yes, it could be that he's working out alone, but he could also be taking a supplement, even a steroid.
Yeah, we don't know, and we don't know. I mean, just allegedly, we're just talking about theories, just having a conversation.
And even some of the supplements can make you, even though they're not real steroids, they can make you feel like that. Hold on, I'm just getting some yogurt because I did not really eat tonight. Okay. But they could make you feel like very agitated, right? And let's not forget the other thing. This is probably around, their graduation was December 10th. It's very possible he had a lot of work coming up, maybe midterms, whatever. And what's very prevalent around college campuses? Adderall. Very prevalent. Very prevalent, and too much of it can make you agitated. And it's very prevalent around college campuses.
Agitated, paranoid, you're up for hours. People in college communities and campuses, and I do know this because I have a friend who I talked to this about, but they take Adderall to stay up, to study.
You would believe the financial district in New York City, their bosses and everything, I could tell you stories. They throw it around like it's candy. And these people are up like all night doing stuff. But that's very prevalent in colleges. Among all other kinds of drugs. That is, oh, you got exams coming up, you got this coming up here. Just saying. What if he started taking the steroids to get paid? Because he knew he was losing. Yeah, very possible. Would have to know why they broke up. Yes, Adderall, Concerta, and even Nodos. Yep.
It's a good point, Ellie. Thanks.
Kit says the Adderall thing is a very interesting idea, but it's almost like being on coke or meth when being. Yeah, can make you extremely agitated, but also give them a lot of stamina as well. But then, and not sleeping if they're abusing it. I mean, you know what not sleeping does to you? I mean, it's like crazy.
Paranoia kicks in. When you're not sleeping, you're seeing things in the air. You actually have auditory hallucinations and the like. You know, the effect can be detrimental. We're just talking about it. Nobody said that it's involved, but
no, but it's over every college campus.
I know it. I mean, that's the truth of the matter.
And then, you know, they oh, here you go, especially at this time. And you have to remember a lot of kids, okay, here's the other thing. A lot of these kids that are 2021, they're from the generation, and maybe the second generation out, where these drugs were given to them from a very early age for ADD, ADHD, and they get the scripts. And some of them don't take them, but some of them have found that there's something they can do with the scripts that will put money in their pocket. With if you follow me. So it's very prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the whole story. That's the thing. We need the whole story.
Okay.
But I mean, a lot of people here are saying it had to have been somebody who knew the house. It
Thank
was
you,
a strange house.
Sorry, I was eating a yogurt. Norco in high doses is popular. Is it, Ashley? And to get with kids, yeah. Thank you, Mike. Mike says such an interesting night. Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, it's a good night, Mike. Thank you very much. You leaving, Mike? Okay. You're right. Any one of the Romans could easily have been anybody. I'm not implicating anybody, but I'm telling you, it's something that a lot of these college-age kids have been prescribed. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, or any one of the roommates could have easily been selling it, Kit Kat says. And we across the street, too, there was a fraternity, wasn't there, as well?
They say across the street, but I think it was a few houses. But they're on what would they call it? Fraternity row. So there's several. I mean, fraternity sororities, I bet. Greek rows. Yeah, fraternities and sororities all over there. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different things, but him getting big, I don't want to, implicate the poor guy. But if he had nothing to do with it, I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking about who, when you have to say who would do this. I mean, who would have a reason, a motive to? There's no reason, but who would have the motive to do this? Hey, Whisper. Yeah, just adrenaline makes you much faster. One of the first things they teach you in boxing is to avoid adrenaline, makes you tire much faster. They likely were controlling their mental state. 80% of mass murderers kill themselves.
I whisper.
I don't know. I am terrified to send my daughter to college. Oh, is she going to college next fall? She'll be fine. You've taught her well.
Yeah. She'll be fine. Absolutely.
Mm.
You know? But I don't know. What do you think, Sharon,
About
about this? Who do you think could have done this?
oh, I don't know. I really don't. Who do you think?
I mean, I think that they called it a crime of passion in the beginning, I think is very telling. Then they walked it back. I think they walked it back maybe because they don't want someone to think they're looking at them. I don't know. And I think that if it's a crime of passion, I don't think a woman did this. I think it's just too much to be up, go up the stairs, down the stairs, and do this to 4 people knowing there's 2 people downstairs. I think it's a man or a couple of men, and the knife, the stabbing, that's brutal, and it's just really, from what I understand, they were really brutally attacked, not just like one stab wound, but brutally attacked. And she got early admittance. Good, congratulations. Left here, I carried bear spray because there were a few creepy people that would follow me to the far parking lot. But and plus all the calls to him that night. But why were they calling him? If he was like not someone they wanted to be in there, maybe they ran into him and he said something ominous. I don't know. I'm at one time, but I didn't eat or drink enough of it, and it had a stronger effect on me, and I felt almost like schizophrenic, the delusions, paranoid effects. Wow, Kit Kat, really? Yeah.
From what?
Adderall. People going to college are usually...
Adderall's like
Yep.
speed is
Right, but it's very prevalent around college campuses. Especially
during exams. Yeah.
Oh, you got exams? Oh, you have a paper? Oh, you have a thesis? Here, take it.
Yeah. It has some Adderall.
Yeah.
You'll be able to be up all night long and finish it.
Could be some neighbors who didn't like the noise. Well, easily distracted. I think that's brutal. Like, okay, if you didn't like the noise, to do something like that, not only that, like, you'd have to think, okay, I don't like the noise. Let me see, I can go over there and kill 4 of the 6 of them, and that's going to stop the noise. It's not going to stop the noise, let's say, because somebody else could move in there, they could get new roommates. That's not the right way to go about the noise, okay? And I don't think it was like an older couples that lived in there. I think it was all college kids over there. So I'm not really thinking about that.
That's why they think they were killed, because of noise.
No, that's what somebody said. It could be a neighbor that didn't like the noise that killed them. Calls to Jack and the surviving girls both are very gray areas still. Yes, Mickey. Discovery of the bodies. 911 call. All the people coming over the house. Morning. I need more. Yeah, me too, Mickey. I need more clarity on that too.
Yeah, me too.
They give Ritalin to kids to calm down when adults take it. It's more. Well, it's not to calm down. I know it's like when their mind is racing, and it helps them like organize their thoughts, and just like even coffee, or they say even before those medications, coffee or like a stimulant, like Mountain Dew, something like that, where you would never normally think like, oh, my kid's bouncing off the walls, let me go give them some coffee or Mountain Dew, but it works sometimes, and that's
Has
how
the
they
opposite effect.
go to
Yeah.
yeah. Just makes them able to focus, able to get in there, yeah. And it wasn't like I took a dangerous dose, so those weird thoughts were off on me in an hour. But imagine taking too much of it, having an extreme and long-lasting feeling could be. Yeah, terrible. Kit Kat. Sorry you went through that. The calls to yeah, I don't understand. I mean, calls to Jack are so weird. Now, did he say that, is he the one that said at some memorial that Kaylee is the first thing he thinks about in the morning and the last thing he thinks about before he goes to bed? Was that him that said that? I don't know if that up. What did he say? Let's see. Okay, so it says that he did an interview with Inside Edition, and let me see this. Come on. Take forever to load up here. Oh, and no, he didn't do it. I'm sorry. It was her sister. Okay, the sister said that at 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack. Kaylee calls Jack 6 times between 2:26 and 2:44. For 2:44 to 2:52, Maddie calls him 3 times, and then Kaylee makes a final phone call to him at 2:52 a.m. They are both never heard from again. After that, Kaylee's mother, Christy, came forward in support of Jack, saying they're wasting their time with Jack. Jack is just as distraught as we are. Jack is our family. Jack is 1,000, 2,000% our family, and Jack is with us, and we stand behind him 100%. We are supporting him, and we know in our hearts, in our minds, and our souls, and the depths of our soul, Jack is hurting. Kaylee and Jack would have eventually been married. They have eventually, and they would have eventually had children. We love Jack, absolutely love Jack. We stand behind you 1,000%. And said that they've been dating for years, and the couple was on a break, but on the verge of getting back together. On a break, but on the verge of getting back together.
On a break is a double speak, so to speak, where they had broken up, but they were maybe trying to make things work. Because if everything's sunshine and roses, why would you?
I just wish I knew more about the breakup, like when they broke up, who did it, who called it off, like how did he feel about her going to Texas, the whole situation with the dog.
Yeah.
The 911 call was weird to say. Person was unconscious. Yeah. Danielle's likes the new emojis. Oh my goodness. Danielle, you don't have, are you following this, Danielle? You don't have any, what do you have? Do you have any feelings on this? Hi, Carolyn P. I personally think that she was drunk dialing him, Carolyn P. said.
Oh, maybe.
On a break is a polite term for breaking up. Right, yeah, on a break, right.
Yeah.
I think people's idea of some, Kit Kat says, sort of angry, resentful, incel guy who targeted some students that they unfairly resented for being pretty or popular. Wouldn't it be so obvious? They weren't just yeah, exactly. They would have, with that amount of blood and everything, it would have been crazy. Sorry. Breakups can be complicated, yeah. They call it a breakup because it's broken. And they are not cut and dry, no. I'm sure she broke up with him. You're sure she broke up with him?
Yes, I've heard it a couple of times, and I think the sister said it. But the mother said it was just Kaylee being Kaylee or something like that. But then when you're on a break, it's totally different than somebody moving to another state, starting a whole new life. Like, that's more than like taking a break,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah, she's moving to Texas, which is,
Yeah.
you know, and I think he's not graduating until June. Is that true?
He what?
He's not going to graduate until June. Is that what the deal is there?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. All I
May,
know
June.
is that she was going to start a whole new life, and it just seemed to me like she was kind of leaving him behind.
Mm-hmm. And it could be
Sounds
that maybe
okay.
she also went up there and didn't tell her mother, but she went up there to talk to him. And not girls, believe me, I have a daughter. They're not going to tell you everything they're doing, especially if either the mother really likes him or
Right.
vice versa. They're not going to say, I'm going to see the old boyfriend, or I'm breaking up with him if the parents really like it. They'll keep, oh yeah, I just want to show the car. But while she was up there, she could have decided, I'm going to tell him, sorry, we're not getting back together.
Right. Hence
You
all
know?
the phone call.
Right? We're not going to get back together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm moving on, and you should too.
And it's obvious her parents liked him because they said, oh, she would eventually get married and she would eventually have kids with him. And if she knew her mother really liked him, it's all the more reason she wouldn't tell her mother she's going to go break it off with him.
Yeah. Maybe to avoid having to discuss it ad nauseum with her mother, she
Right.
just didn't tell her.
Yep, and that's very common.
We don't tell our mamas everything, you know. We
No.
Especially if your mom doesn't, like if she knows she's going to hear, oh, don't do that. He's a good guy. You should,
Yeah. We'll see how much they stand behind him. Has he already
And it's
been
very
arrested or
possible,
no?
here's the other possibility. It's very possible her relationship was not everything that her parents heard.
Of course.
Okay, because he could have done things. I'm saying any relationship, not just him. Okay, anyone who she dated could have fought with her, hit her, yelled at her, emotionally said things to her, emotional abuse, whatever, and she not tell her mother.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of different things. The parents don't know everything
Right.
about that relationship.
especially if I knew my mother liked him. I'm not going to say anything, especially my mom liked him. She would talk me out of it.
Exactly.
And I could think that, any girl would, I guess, same kind of thing. So she probably didn't tell her everything.
I doubt it.
I've read the posted negative statements. And Interviews usually keep it quiet. Right. And we don't know. I mean, I can't believe more people haven't spoken that were in that bar with them. Hi, Marianne. You believe he was older, Marianne? Let me see. I'll check.
Are they looking at him?
Well, they did say they looked, but they said that they didn't say they've been cleared. They said they're not believed to be a suspect at this time.
Hmm.
Okay, who is he? So, let's see what they're telling us. He was the same person she called before the murder. We went to the prom together. Yeah. I don't know. And the other Jack is Jake. I'm sorry, Jake. It's right here. Oh, there it is. Come on. He's a slight guy as well. Very small build. Look at his legs and stuff. Very slight, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know. None of them are like linebackers coming through. So I don't know. B says, this is so hard to hear that no one has the guts to speak up. And then Al says, what do you mean by that? I mean, it's so hard to hear. I think she means it's so hard to hear that the ex-boyfriend would be involved and would have really done this, you know? Imagine how that would feel to know that. I mean, it's not something you'd even want to acknowledge. And
Well,
plus, you have to
especially
figure,
after you
here's the
put
other
the-
thing, that boyfriend has a connection with her daughter who's gone. She doesn't want him to be a bad person because she'd probably like to hear things from him and talk to him and keep that relationship going. And so to think that he might have done this is not something she's going to want to accept at all. Because then that's one less person she can talk about her daughter with.
Right. That's so true.
Kevin was here, Vicky. I don't know where he went. Vicky, yeah, so that's a loss of that too. And oh my gosh, choking. I know when I lost my son, his girlfriend sent me pictures and videos that I didn't have, and kept in touch with me and reached out to me and talked to me and told him, told me things about how much he loves me and what he always said to her. And I was very grateful for all those pictures and stuff she sent to me, I wouldn't want to think that somebody had something to do with your child's death, or it's just crazy. And then you can't even talk with them about that or anything. Thank you. So I don't think she wants to even put that in the realm of possibilities.
Right. She won't entertain the thought that maybe, just maybe.
It's just too hard because, it's too hard to even think that.
But coming from a perspective of experience, I mean, we have seen cases in which the murderer befriended the parent of the victim. We have seen cases where that's happened before. So we can't rule anything out, so time will tell.
Good point.
Right, so I don't know. I'd say when you look at a motive or why somebody would do this, and fact that they said crime of passion, I cannot get out of my head. Oh, thanks.
In other words, totally excessive. A crime of passion is usually way excessive.
Yeah, and I know, and I just can't get it out of my head. And well, who would have a crime of passion? It's going to be, and I really do think it's a guy just based on the murder. So it's either going to be somebody from Madison or somebody from Kaylee, since it seems like the most logical place. Could it be for Zaina? I don't know. But what happened? Like, why is no one speaking from that bar or tavern they were in all that time?
How busy was the tavern?
They were there, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. So many things.
Well, I mean, they could have been very quietly sitting at a table or in a corner or what have you, talking, and the place could still be packed and they not be noticed, other than, till you find out, oh my gosh, this person who was in the bar the same day as me died. Then you'd have to rack your brains for, did I notice them? Did I see them? Was I paying any attention?
With the media attention and the popularity of the case, you would think somebody would have come forward from there.
Right.
Is there a chance they were followed back from the bar? Well, there's a chance always, Julie W. Absolutely. I mean, but not that they saw them at the food truck after that, and then they had a driver that drove them home. But I guess anything is possible. Anything is possible. How do you know that let's just say one of them met someone in the bar and said where they live. Oh, we're on Greek Row, where we live there. Yeah, I don't know.
And followed them.
Or who knows if one of the girls wasn't on a dating site or was talking to somebody. A lot of people have relationships that way. Maybe somebody who are intimately online. We don't know the history of these people yet.
Oh, and the other thing is, what about that restaurant they worked at? Could anything have happened there? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
closed down in
It
memory
closed
of
down?
them. Yeah, for a couple of days or weeks, I'm not sure. But
Oh,
they
no,
just
I know it
closed
closed
it.
down now, but was it closed when they were murdered?
No.
Okay, that's what I mean. Something could have happened. Like, you meet a lot of people in a restaurant. And there's also
Yeah,
people that could have come in there that, were flirtatious with them. And,
well, I watched an interview. I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I watched an interview with the customer today
Mm-hmm.
of the restaurant,
Right.
and he was speaking to how Maddie was such a nice girl, how both of them were such really nice girls, and he's kind of a scary looking guy, and how they were so friendly to him and nice, and that he just thought that it was so sad that two beautiful, kind girls were taken so early, but he said they were wonderful people.
Okay, and who did he say was a scary looking guy?
He said he was like a big guy with his two front
Oh,
teeth.
oh, I got you. Okay.
A lot of tattoos, but they were so nice to him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the most logical explanation would be someone they knew. I'm not saying it is the ex. I'm not saying just, in general, someone they knew.
I think
Somebody one of them knew, right? I don't think it was a random act of violence. I think it was I think they were either laying in wait and waiting in the house, or I mean, they were sleeping and then they came in the house.
Yeah, no, they did rule out this stalker that they think, yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
I don't think it's a stranger either.
mm-mm. No. But why 4?
Yeah, and why go in there when there's 6 people in that house? And oh my gosh.
Maybe because the target was in there, he didn't care who else was in there.
Were they all in different rooms, in their own rooms, or did they share?
No, Madison
Yeah.
and Kaylee were in the same bed. And
Yeah.
Dana and Ethan. And the 2 girls, I think they were in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And they both slept in late.
Yeah.
Was there a Ted Bundy to you, Carolyn P? I've been thinking it was drug related, and how would that work out? Yeah, I don't think so for Rose. I don't know. Even when you know somebody, Bergstrom, there can still be tensions. You're looking at my boyfriend, you're looking at my girlfriend. He could have come in there. We don't know where he was. Maybe he came in there. Maybe he was. What if he came in early on to talk to her, and then she was like, "No, I'm still going. Come on now. I have to move on. I have to do this. I'm going to take the dog." And what if he ran out of there, really pissed off, working out like crazy, and then just got himself so worked up and was watching the house when they returned home? I don't know. Maybe they were calling him because they thought they saw him. Maybe they were calling him because he said something. Maybe they were calling him because she had a change of heart from what she said, but it really was something he, was really upset about. I don't know. There's so many things. Owed money to the wrong people. Why wouldn't they killed everybody and the dog for us?
I'm here, guys, but I'm listening. I have a really early appointment tomorrow.
I'm just trying to see if they want to call him.
Yeah, so I have to go lay down.
I'm feeling sleepy too.
I
Well,
am too. Oh man.
yeah. I think, guys, we're gonna call it
Did not get to bed
a
early.
night for tonight, but it was good, and we can discuss again tomorrow maybe and see what they think and see if anything new comes out. But thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the conversation. It's been fun. We'll see you. We have the Zoom next if you're want to come. Oh, I better do a new Zoom before we go. I'll do a new Zoom before we go.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna do a new Zoom. So yeah, hold on. It's just, it wasn't barking, wasn't interfering. Well, the dog wasn't in the crime scene because he would have been very distressed, bloody, and all that stuff. Hold on. Many blessings to you, V. Let me see here. Where do I do this? Where's my Zoom? Zoom review? Coming straight for you. New meeting. Okay, that's better, right? New meeting, and let me put this in. Coming. So yeah, if you're a member of Patreon, you can come into our after-hours Zoom and talk with us without being live. If you'd like that, you can find the number on the community tab if you're a member, and you can also do it if you're a Patreon, or you can email me for the number if you can't see the community tab. Hang on a minute, I'm just trying to get this on here. I have too many tabs open again. I closed about 1 million of them. Way too many tabs open. It was an interesting conversation tonight, and again, we're just talking about things. Not saying anybody is guilty or please don't harass anyone, but it's just trying to look for a motive. Well, who would have a motive? They're always going to look towards this significant other or even the ex. So yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities, right? And then I believe, let's see, hold on. Come on. This is driving me crazy. Okay. Finally. Okay, so I'm putting that out. Okay. Now I'll go to the other one. And I'm going to go on my massage chair while I talk on the Zoom for a little bit. Okay. Hello. All right.
Hey, Carolyn. Sorry. I thought I was on mute.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. I just can't
I don't
find the
think-
chat.
It's just us in there, Carolyn.
We're still live though.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you know. Here's Sharon. We're not alone anymore. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, you're on, Sharon. I'm done.
Oh, all right.
Let's see now. I can't find our chat to even say goodbye. Let me just go over here and go in here. Somehow I lost my chat. Somehow I lost it. I'm gonna shut it down anyway. Alright, so we'll see you guys tomorrow, I hope. Thank you for so much for watching. We'll see you later. I'd stay on longer, but I'm falling asleep. Bye, guys. Take it easy.